Giles tweeted, "Put the Jeffrey Dahmer costumes back in the closet. We ain't having it." Who's we? What's with the we? Who died and made you the great pumpkin?
Bill Maher is back at it, and this time his target is the Halloween haters. Yep, you heard that right. Halloween. The woke mob won't stop until they've torched every tradition. But Maher isn't playing along. He unleashed brutal truth bombs aimed straight at the crack foundation of woke culture. Let's dive in.
Halloween is too much for your fragile sensibilities, and you're worried about seeing someone wearing something that's on the forbidden costume list. Just stay the fuck home. Every year we go through this bullshit. Lists of costumes you better not wear, lest a night of irreverent dress-up spiral into something that resembles fun.
Maher drops his first truth bomb. If a single night of silly, offensive costumes is enough to ruin your delicate sensibilities, then do the world a favor. Stay home. Halloween has always been about pushing boundaries, mocking stereotypes, and laughing at ourselves, not tiptoeing around every possible trigger. Yet, the woke mob insists on turning fun into a minefield, policing every mask and wig like at a moral crime scene. It's not just exhausting, it's downright suffocating. Maher makes it clear he's fed up, nauseated by this obsession with censorship, and ready to torch their joyless crusade with unapologetic honesty.
Idea clickbait websites. I won't tell you how to harvest and sell my personal data, and you don't tell me what I can wear on Halloween. Because Halloween is supposed to be outrageous. It's a festival of the sacrilegious and a celebration of the grotesque, from zombies to ghouls to bobbing for apples and other people's saliva. Yet, every year, there's a new list of offensive things we shouldn't do on the day that's all about being offensive.
Maher argues that people should be free to have fun without self-righteous scolds raining on their parade. Halloween, after all, isn't just costumes. It's a cultural release valve, a night where people step outside themselves, try on new identities, and just laugh. For kids, it's even more magical, a chance to run to the streets, collect candy, and revel in harmless mischief. Why on earth would anyone want to crush that? Maher insists that people deserve the freedom to explore, to dress up, to play, and to enjoy life without the perpetual finger-wagging of the joy-killing woke brigade.
You know what I want to cancel? November 1st, All Scolds Day. When the good people announce which costumes the bad people wore. Buzzkill.
I absolutely love Maher's attack on BuzzFeed because, let's be honest, they built an entire empire out of outrage clickbait. They're notorious for cranking out endless lists and articles condemning Hollywood celebrities for their problematic Halloween costumes, as a feather headdress or a goofy wig is the end of civilization. I've read a few of those pieces, and they're always the same recycled formula: shame, scold, repeat. It's not journalism. It's traffic chasing disguised as moral policing. And Maher nails it. These outrage factories don't actually care about cultural sensitivity. They care about views, shares, and ad dollars. There's nothing better than calling that out.
There's a list of 23 costumes they're literally begging you not to wear. Of course, this year the #1 no-no is serial killer, cannibal, and Netflix sensation Jeffrey Dahmer. eBay has already banned selling it because otherwise it would be impossible to find a blonde wig and aviator glasses. Simone Biles tweeted, "Put the Jeffrey Dahmer costumes back in the closet. We ain't having it." Who's we? What's with the we? Who died and made you the great pumpkin? I'm so tired of a handful of emotional hemophiliacs on social media telling us what we can't do on Halloween. And by the way, please put drugs in my candy.
It's always fascinating how celebrities seem to believe they've been crowned the moral authorities of society lecturing us on what we can and cannot do. At the end of the day, they're just entertainers. Talented in their specific fields, sure, but that hardly qualifies them to dictate how ordinary people should live. Instead of using their platform to scold the public over Halloween costumes, maybe they should focus on causes that actually matter, like poverty, education, or world hunger. Policing what people wear on one night of fun and fantasy isn't noble. It's petty, performative, and completely out of touch.
Listen to these other verboten costumes on stupid lists this year, including Queen Elizabeth, because it's too soon. Yes, 96, practically an ingenue. Of course, don't even think about characters outside of your race. And no genies, because genies were slaves, okay. No sexy schoolgirls, no Playboy bunnies. No celebrities accused of pedophilia, including Elvis. You can't dress up as Elvis? That's an entire industry.
The list is every bit as ridiculous as the woke mob's twisted philosophy. Don't worry if you can't quite wrap your head around why they want to ban half the costumes on the planet, because the truth is their ideology doesn't make sense in the first place. It's a tangled web of contradictions, double standards, and endless finger-wagging that collapses the moment you apply basic logic. Most people don't understand it, not because they're ignorant, but because there's nothing coherent to understand. And the self-appointed prophets of this ideology aren't exactly helping their case. Instead of explaining or defending their positions with reason, they rely on outrage, guilt-tripping, and social pressure to bully others into compliance. Maher's point is simple. If you have to work this hard to justify banning Halloween costumes, maybe the problem isn't the costumes. It's the ideology itself.
Zombie versions of deceased celebrities. Well, there goes my zombie Angela Lansbury idea. No unhoused person. What we used to call a hobo, the default costume of every kid in history. No one with an eating disorder, so goodbye skeletons. And no transphobic costumes, because if kids want to see drag queens, they can go to Story Hour.
Come to think of it, if we really follow the woke mob's ideology to its logical conclusion, then no Halloween costume would ever be acceptable. Why? Because every costume, in one way or another, is tied to something dark, whether it's rooted in actual history, mythology, superstition, or just the human imagination. Even the so-called approved costumes the woke crowd reluctantly tolerates could be interpreted as offensive or problematic if you dig deep enough. A ghost that's mocking death. A witch that's trivializing centuries of persecution. A vampire that's glamorizing violence. If the standard is absolute purity, then nothing survives. By their logic, we should cancel Halloween altogether, since the holiday itself is built around celebrating, parodying, and confronting themes of evil. And that's Maher's sharpest point. If you strip away the fun, satire, and irreverence, you destroy the very spirit of Halloween itself.
Listen to this. No Putin. No Trump. No anything related to the Will Smith Oscars slap. No Johnny Depp, and of course Amber Heard is out. No shit. And nothing related to vaccines or COVID or monkeypox. So have fun, kids, and let your imagination soar. Can I tell you something, kids? These are all great costumes.
Yep, those are great costumes. And with Halloween only a few weeks away, no one should be guilt-tripped into avoiding something they genuinely enjoy. The whole point of Halloween is freedom of expression, creativity, and a little harmless mischief. Not walking on eggshells to satisfy the outrage of a few loud voices online. If some overly sensitive columnist decides that your favorite costume is suddenly offensive and convinces an outlet to pull from their shelves, that shouldn't stop you. Get resourceful, make it yourself, customize it, and wear it proudly. Halloween has never been about following rules. It's about breaking them, mocking them, and having fun doing it. Maher's message is crystal clear. Don't let self-appointed costume police dictate your choices. If you want to dress as a pirate, zombie, witch, or anything else. Go for it. After all, the night belongs to you, not the critics.
Me, I'm your last connection to fun. You should wear all of them. In fact, combine them if you want. Have the Queen shit in Johnny's bed. Have Will Smith smacking a hobo. Kevin Spacey hitting on a mariachi band. Jeffrey Dahmer is the perfect Halloween costume. What is scarier than a guy who kills you and eats you, not necessarily in that order?
Maher keeps dropping truth bombs one after another, refusing to let the woke crowd suck the joy out of something as harmless as Halloween. And honestly, he's got a point. It's about time we take the fun back. This year, I'm tempted to mix it up and create a costume so over the top, so unapologetically horrifying that it would send the woke brigade into a full-blown meltdown. Why? Because that's what Halloween has always been about. Pushing limits, stirring reactions, and laughing in the face of fear and judgment. It's a holiday built on freedom, satire, and irreverence, not rules and restrictions. The louder they scream about what we can't wear, the more reason to wear it anyway. After all, the spirit of Halloween is about having fun, embracing the outrageous, and daring to rattle the people who hate joy the most. And honestly, that's half the fun.
It's Halloween, which is not just a fun holiday, it's a necessary psychic release. Yes, societies going back thousands of years knew that you had to have some release valve on the calendar to flirt with the macabre and let the demons out to role play so they wouldn't come out later for real. Mexico has Day of the Dead, Japan has Oban, Haitians have Fête Gaudet. It's not a coincidence that Carnival comes right before Lent and Halloween right before All Saints' Day, much the way getting blown at a bachelor party comes before the wedding.
Yeah, and I have to agree with Bill Maher on this one. We all desperately need a little fun to keep from going completely nuts with the non-stop grind of modern life. Between the hectic schedules, endless responsibilities, and the constant pressure to keep up, people are burning out faster than ever. That's exactly why traditions, like Halloween, matter. They give us permission to break free from the routine, to step into another world and laugh at the absurdity of it all. For one night, you get to let your inner demons out. Not in a destructive way, but in a playful, cathartic release. It's a chance to silence the stress, mock the seriousness of life, and remember that joy and silliness are essential for survival. Without moments like these, the rat race swallows us whole. Halloween isn't just costumes and candy. It's therapy wrapped in laughter and mischief.
I find it so interesting. You would think that a Handmaid's Tale costume would be acceptable since it derives from a completely woke-approved show that condemns the patriarchy. No. Buzzkill says no Handmaid's Tale costume either because it hits a little too close to home right now. Okay, this is the life philosophy of zillennials. Things that are interesting might also contain something which could cause a moment of discomfort, so ban it all.
The woke mob is never pleased, and frankly, they can never be satisfied. No matter how many concessions are made, no matter how many apologies are issued, they're always on the hunt for the next offense to pounce on. It's a cycle of outrage that feeds on itself. Today, it's a Halloween costume. Tomorrow, it's a word, a gesture, or even silence itself. And the irony? Even when you bend over backward to give them the solution they demand, it's still not enough. They'll tear apart the very compromise they asked for, insisting it somehow falls short. It's like a bottomless pit of grievance, a game designed not to fix anything, but to perpetuate constant outrage. Maher's critique lands hard here. How do you appease a mob that thrives on being perpetually offended? You don't. You stop playing their game and start living unapologetically instead. At the end of the day, Maher's takedown of the Halloween police exposes a bigger truth. The woke mob will never be satisfied, no matter how much ground you give them. Halloween has always been about freedom, creativity, and pushing boundaries, not walking on eggshells to appease professional complainers. If every costume is deemed offensive, then the real problem isn't the costumes. It's the ideology trying to suffocate joy. Maher reminds us that life is too short to let skulls dictate how we celebrate. So this Halloween, embrace the fun. Wear what you want and let the critics howl. And that brings us to the end of today's video. If you enjoyed it, hit the like button and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.